Hi everyone, and welcome to the Tarot Circle. I'm Ali, and we've got my lovely co-host today. We've got Lynn, we've got Kaila, and we've got Bob. Hello, good morning, good evening, hello. But first of all, Bob, you're all right? You haven't been blown away yet, right? We've got Hurricane Milton coming in, but we haven't lost you yet. So this is good. This is good.
No, but there's a lot of people that are, you know, getting in their cars and leaving. So I happen to be in a part where hopefully it's not going to be that bad, but we're going to ride it out. We're kind of in the fort. This looks like if you look at this building on the outside, it's like a fort. So hopefully it'll act like a fort.
Sending you lots and lots of protection. Kaila, how are you doing up in Canada? How's the weather?
I'm good, thank you. It's getting colder this week, so we officially have heating on and already missing the warm weather, but it's okay. I still have lots of gardening to do.
Perhaps a little winter sun trip.
Yes, for sure.
Lynn, how are you doing? What's going on with you?
Air conditioning is off, windows are open. I'm loving the cooler weather and wearing my long sleeve shirts again.
I'm very jealous of jumpers. It was cooler here yesterday, and I was like, oh my God, I might have to put a layer on, but it didn't really last.
It was 47 degrees this morning. It was wonderful.
Wow. Wow, you like it gelid. That's here in Florida. It's 75 degrees. We already have our coats on. And what about you, Ally? What have you been up to?
Oh, I did a trail race on Sunday, which was great. First one of the season. It was 15K, and it was pretty tough because it was pretty hot. But it was good. It was good to get back out there. And yeah, just planning out what races to do now for the rest of the season. Exciting. Yeah. All right, so as our name suggests, we are for tarot readers who pull cards and discuss world issues and to try and bring the truth to you. Now today we've got a slightly different show because we've got a special guest. So we might be pulling cards, we might not be, but we're still going to be talking about a lot of fun things anyway. So if you like our style, please like, share and subscribe and comment. And we really appreciate any comments that you put below, and we always try and answer them as well. So we've also got a little Facebook community. We're on Rumble, we're on YouTube. So yeah, please follow us in those places. And so let's start off by clearing some energy, because I think we need some energy cleared. We need some good vibes sent over to Florida at the moment. Yes. I'll hand over to Kaila and Lynn.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for watching our show today. So happy to have a special guest on also. For today's meditation, we want to spend just a few moments connecting and raising our frequency together while connected to Source. We send positive healing energy out into the world to anyone affected by any adversity. We send loving protection to everyone on Hurricane Milton's path. We ask for your continued protection for you, your loved ones, your homes and property. We ask Source to help keep us grounded, protected, and allow us to see clearly whatever we need to at this very unclear time. Only godly energy of the highest vibration is welcome here. Everything else must leave now. Over to you, Lynn.
Back to you, ladies.
Thank you, Lynn.
Thank you.
All right. So I was going to let our guest in, but then he's gone again. So anyway, let's should we pull cards on something to begin with?
What time was he
What?
supposed to come on with us?
He's supposed to be here in 15, so I think he's thinking he was a bit early, so that's
Oh,
okay.
okay, 7:50, okay, 15, okay. 15
Yeah.
after.
So let's pull cards on something. What would you guys like to pull cards on?
You, Kaila? You want to pull on a hurricane?
That's a
Yeah,
good
should
idea. I
we-
was just about
we-
to say that.
Should we see how bad it's going to get?
I'll let you pull on it since I'm in Florida, and I don't want to bias. I don't know, bias the cards. Actually, is it possible to bias the cards? You think you can? The cards can reflect.
Possibly.
I think so.
Possibly. Yeah.
Like when you're
It's-
pulling for yourself.
It's always
you-
that's always tough, isn't it? It's always hard.
I think what it is that basically we're connected to source. We're connected to the universe. We're connected to God. We're connected to whatever higher power. Oh, you probably hear the wind in the window back there. So sorry about that. Connected to God, connected to the higher source, whatever anybody wants to call it, a higher source that helps us be whatever we are. And I think by us being connected and also being connected to each other like a wireless connection, I think we already know the answers. We're already connected to yesterday, today, and tomorrow, which doesn't even really exist. We're connected to that timeless thing. So it's almost like we already know the answers, right? So whenever we draw cards or whenever we read tea leaves, or some people read clouds or whatever, it's like we use that as a tool because we're still living in this matrix. But I think internally we really already know the answer. So sometimes when we pull the card, well, actually when we pull the cards, what I think the science behind it, or like the science behind it, I think what it is behind it is that when we're pulling the cards, it brings the answer out of us through pictures. And sometimes we can probably bias the cards because we want to hear that answer. So our inner self is saying, that's what I want to hear. So that's the picture that we pull. I mean, I don't know. Does that make sense? Probably doesn't make much sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
No,
that's what I think.
I absolutely think that it's it's just a way for us to tap into what we already know, and we've kind of lost that in an everyday kind of setting, haven't we? We've kind of we've lost how. I mean, I'm sure kids do it a little bit more than adults do. I don't know.
And we already know the answers, so that it's just we're already connected. Okay, so what we're doing, Lynn, is that we decided while we're waiting for Ole to come back, we're pulling on the hurricane. And you'll excuse me tonight, I'm a little tired, and plus with all this excitement and stuff going on with the hurricane, I'm kind of feeling a little, I don't know, it's kind of weird. So,
I think we have really weird energy generally going on in the world now.
I absolutely agree. I was
Yeah.
watching a video of someone saying that they felt that something was about to go down. And who knows? Lynn, you're looking very Halloweeny there, looking Halloween and spooky.
Well, I was trying to get the glare, and I think what it is it's the second screen because it's glares my glasses the whole time. But
she's a pretty spook though. Look at her.
Yeah, for sure.
If I have to see a spook, they've been looking pretty like Lynn, because I don't want to see anything else.
I'd be pretty happy.
We should be happy to have a conversation. But we decided to pull on the hurricane because since everybody's hearing something different. The news is saying one thing, an app says another thing. I call some friends and relatives around Florida. They're all saying kind of basically the same thing. So we asked, and Kaila said she's going to pull on hurricane. So how did you rephrase the question? You just said,
like a general pull, and what is the outcome going to be? Is there any information they want us to know about, what's going to happen with what sort of destruction is going to happen, or generally, what do they want to let us know about what's going to happen with the hurricane?
I mean, I'm not seeing any like really nasty cards there. I mean, you've got the moon at the bottom of the deck, but the fact that the sun is in the background there says that it's, and just as Lynn was saying, like it's just been downgraded to a Cat 3, and let's hope it keeps on being downgraded. How would you view the King of Pentacles in the middle there in regard to this hurricane, Kaila?
That's it. That's an interesting question. So I think for me, I'm looking at these cards. I'm going to start with the sun in the past, and I think a lot of people around the world have been putting positive energy towards trying to, you know, either calm the storm or cause less destruction for people. And a lot of people also believe that the white hats or the higher beings who are here helping are trying have sort of helped to quell the storm in a way. When the King of Cups, so this is the storm itself, you know, brewing in the middle of the ocean and coming across. It's been a lot of hard work, but I think it's been taken down a little bit. And this is why we have the 9 of Cups. So there's some
Kaila,
sort of positive.
Can I interrupt you real quick?
Sure, go ahead.
Joe, JSNIP4, he was going to be running a live feed, and I just checked on it, and JC has a message that Joe has decided not to record the storm. He says it's a nothing burger. He'll run the feed with no sound for now, and he might come on later. He's showing JC's running pictures of Clearwater, Sarasota, and Tampa right now. So you were right on point with that.
Okay, good. So there is a celebration, some wish fulfillment happening here. And I think there's some sort of kindness with that 6 of Cups there. I think we have done it. We have put good energy, and us and whoever else is working and has been putting good vibration out there. It's not over. It's not over. We still have time, and we don't know. I'm quite sure we're going to see some destruction. And, you know, the news likes to play this over and over and bring more, you know, negative vibration out there. That King of Pentacles, I am a little bit, you know, confused, but I think that represents some sort of protection of people and people's lives and property there. I'm hoping that this is showing that at the last minute, there's a celebration. It's not going to be as bad as it was shown to be. Yeah,
because Pentacles are all about earthly things. It's almost like the protector of the earth there is like in power and going, no, not gonna have that again. That's the feeling I get with that.
So let's continue to put that energy out there. I mean, there's some readers who have been saying the storm or hurricane is there for a purpose, whatever it is, it's cleaning out or whatever reason. Let's put that energy out there that it happens, whatever the purpose is, it does that without harming innocent people and their property. And with the moon card, I mean, it does show there's some shady business in the background that happened there. That's my reading.
In fact, it's something you said, shady business with the moon, because the King of Cups, it does mean a lot of water. It does mean like water comes up to your houses, like it's coming up to his feet and everything like that. But it also can mean something's hidden, maybe. And with the 9 of Cups is like somebody, that's a wish come true card, a wish card. So something or somebody, either us, because with that 3 of Cups, we're celebrating, but it hasn't really hit yet, but that's what it looks like. You know, there's a wish come true that we're going to be basically fine with that 3 of Cups, but there's something hidden with that King of Pentacles, King of Cups, and the King of Pentacles with this underneath the sun is like bringing good weather. And the King of Pentacles is also bringing extremely good weather because it brings it to the 10th power with that King of Pentacles underneath. That could also mean a man that's involved with it. And then with the 9 of Wands, that's almost like the 11th hour, something coming up to a point almost happening, but then there's going to be some celebration with that 3 of Cups. So we're going to all get scared. We're going to all leave this state like a lot of people have been doing. But then again, that 3 of Cups is happiness. It's like, well, why would anybody be happy about leaving a state? It's not that we'd be happy about leaving the state, but we'll be happy because it got up to the point where it looked like it was going to hit and damage the state, but it didn't with the 9 of Wands. And the 4 of Pentacles is almost like something held it back. So, and it who held it back or what held it back? Maybe it has something to do with that Six of Cups and that the Knight of Swords up there. Should be good technology, good military, good some type of offering being made, some type of agreement being made. So I read that the other day. I told Lynn about it the other day that I read that. I did some cards on my own, and I felt that there was something holding it back. Something was holding it back. So it could be prayers, it could be meditations, it could be technology. So I agree with what you both said.
Do you think that the moon at the bottom of the deck is a way to just wake people up on this?
That's another good question. It could be that. It could also mean that something coming down the pipe, because I kind of look at the card underneath the deck as something not really happening right now, like, because we have the present, we have the past, and the near future. And the moon, since it's at the bottom of the deck, I always kind of look at it as either an overview or something coming down the pipe.
Yeah.
Maybe that second moon that was out there, right? That came to my mind too, Barbie. Have they been trying to distract us by telling us that about that second moon is what's coming to my mind? And distract us from what?
Because it's happening the same week of the hurricane.
Yeah, I'm gonna venture out a little bit further because of the path and because it's going to go across Central Florida. It could hit Orlando and Disney, and with the sun in the past representing the littles, what we know the Three of Cups can typically, and there's something hidden about this storm with the moon card, possibly, maybe they're taking out the tunnels from underneath Disney.
Let's hope so.
Wow.
Because you have, we have our good military card here with the Knight of Swords and the, the
little
Six of
ones
Cups
there,
rescuing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's awesome, Lynn.
Because
we're gonna have conspiracy theorists on with us in a little bit. So let's go.
Indeed. And speaking of such, he's just entered our waiting room. So let's let him in, and then we can see what he thinks about what's going on in the world.
Yay.
So today we've got Ole Dammegard. Hello, Ole. How are you?
I'm good, Ellie. How are you?
Good. I'm good, thank you. We were just chatting about the lovely. Hi. We were just chatting about the lovely hurricane and the fact that it's been downgraded to a Cat 3, and we were thinking, I wonder what you have to say about that.
In my understanding, it's completely man-made, unfortunately, and and also I've been, once again, also very unfortunately, I've been pointing out that area since about what is it, 5 months ago, because I spent a lot of time understanding what actually happened in Lahaina, which were not just ordinary wildfires, that whole thing, absolute bullshit on steroids. It was a direct attack. It was carried out by the US Space Force against this beautiful island. And once I understood the build up to that one, this has been going on for years. For years, they prepared this whole thing with the preparation of a smart city, with the release of gene-modified mosquitos in the tens of millions. The X-raying or the laser beam scanning of the grounds, preparing so that they can see exactly where they want to hit and not hit, meaning buildings that they want to take out that is not part of the smart city agenda, and where they want to get rid of it. Also, because these areas need to be, in their way of seeing it, they want to get rid of the native people because they have problems with these individuals, because these properties have been inherited. Often there are no papers. I'm talking about Lahaina now. It's been going down generations and generations, and they don't care. You can't buy them out because they know this is holy ground. We're not selling. So they hit it like this. So when I Yeah, so there are many different steps. The gene modified mosquitoes are, because once they start setting up these smart cities or smart islands in this case, they don't want people to be able to get out. And so it would be like a 15-minute like this. This is also why this whole shebang with driverless vehicles, electrical vehicles, and so on, to keep us so that we cannot sort of trapped in a Truman Show. And the mosquitoes are there to be used. They will use geofencing to keep the mosquitoes out of the cities. But as soon as we go out into nature where we can, you know, revive and recharge and stuff, there would be these horrific monsters of mosquitoes that are produced by Kill Bill Gates down in factories in Colombia and other places. So I saw the exact same thing happen here in Bali, where Denpasar is being prepared as a smart city, and then they wanted to release these mosquitoes here, and I was just like, oh my god, oh my god. So we managed to stop that. But then at the same time, in January, the laser scanning of the Hawaiian Islands, especially Maui, was done, if I remember right, in January. And then in February, they did the release of the mosquitoes. And then we had the big shebang there in August. So here in Florida, I started looking at areas where are they preparing smart cities, where have they released these gene-modified mosquitoes, and have there been any green laser scanning? And then there was this place in Cape Coral on West Florida called Cape Coral. It's south of Tampa. It's it's in that area as well. And so there was also clues on the US Space Force website. They've left several clues about what they're going to do. I don't know if you're aware of that, but they leave clues for us to avoid the law of karma. So the clues on the website was pointing to that areas as well. There's this soldier with a name tag called Coffin, which is a very strange name, I think, Coffin. Because they had another one that where I predicted that they were going to hit in Chile, in Santiago, Chile, because another uniform on that really, really bizarre website of theirs, this soldier, his name was Santiago, and it's very dominant. So I said, possibly this could be one of these leads, and boom, then they fried this place in Chile, just outside of Santiago, with directed energy weapons, the exact same thing they used in Lahaina. And so this coffin, I checked out in the area around Cape Coral, because the green laser scanning was done there by a small little air company that smelled CIA a long way. They did this in February, I think, and the release of the mosquitoes had been in that area. And then this Coffin, there are areas just above Tampa that is called Coffin, and then at the south of Florida, that are 3 different small little areas called Coffin. So I was like, the more I found, I felt, whoa, this is, I'm really feeling uncomfortable for dear Cape Coral here, because that was where this scanning, the green laser scanning was done. So I went out public and said, please, I don't want to spread fear, but we have a chance here. If I'm correct, the more we spread awareness of this whole thing, if we mess it up, also the Blue Roof operation, because the US Army Corps have been, before these things happen, they go out, they scan the area, and first there's a hurricane coming in. Nowadays, very easily manufactured with through HARP and different type of directed energy weapon, chemtrailings first, and all of these things. They can very easily create these things. So very often they come with one hurricane, and then the US Army Corps comes in and they check out the area, and they say, they look at the buildings, that's a keeper, that's tear that shit down, you know, like this. And then the ones they want to keep, they put blue tarp on. It's called Operation Blue Roof. This is also one thing that I found out in Lahaina. And then I saw, whoa, they've been really going for it in Cape Coral. So I pointed out in multiple interviews saying, please be aware, be aware. I don't want to spread fear, but as far as I see, this one could be the next one because it ticked all the boxes. And now we see this Hurricane Milton, whatever you want to call this horror show, it's coming in right over the area. I thought it was going to be directed energy weapons, you know, the same as Lahaina, but here we have the same. I mean, the result will be the same. Complete devastation, not so directed. I mean, in Lahaina, they can, I mean, they do like squares, they can do centimeter areas like this. But here it's more clear the whole area, get rid of people, relocate them, and then rebuild. And then often also they make sure that the insurance doesn't cover and so on, so that people are being killed and destroyed, and it's really, really, really horrible. We've
got lots and lots of questions for you this morning.
Go.
And probably we can deep dive on this a little bit about why and everything. But let me just give a little bit of an intro to everybody that's watching, because some people might not know who you are. I mean, where have they been? I mean, goodness. But you are a truth seeker, a code breaker, a peacemaker is what you describe yourself as, and you're very famous for talking about false flags, but you have been researching this for 40 years, right? Which is crazy amount of time, and just trying to find out the real truth, researching many global conspiracies. But you've been awarded the Prague Peace Prize. You've been adopted by the Apache Nation, which is very cool. And you're an author, an international speaker, former journalist, musician. So you and Barb can have a little sing-song at the end. Composer, coach, artist, inventor, and investigator. And a partridge in a pear tree, and as well as an investigator into all of these conspiracies that happen in the world. You're an international Raj yoga teacher, and you're a spiritual coach. Phew, how on earth do you have time to eat in the day? But
I eat while doing.
There you go.
Bon appetit.
Yeah, excellent. Our first question for you, because we want to kind of take you away from the false flags and the conspiracies a little bit today, because we've heard a little bit about what you've been talking about. That we want to know a little bit more about your spiritual kind of side. So our first question is, how did your awakening happen? Because you've been at this for a long time, and did the research that you do bring about your spiritual awakening, or was it kind of the other way around? How did it work for you?
I think I came to this world with on a mission, like, hello, you know, going down, and then ending up down here on Earth, just thinking, what on earth am I doing here? I mean, what is this weird place? And so I got super confused, and I had sort of like I ended up in a colorful family, and a bit of a messed up childhood. Also, my parents, I'm now found out, lived a double life. They were working as secret assets for NATO. My whole life, had no idea until just a few years ago. They are dead since many years. But so when I grew up, living in this family where I call my childhood boot camp, preparing me for this, because for some reason I'm quite unique. If I would say I'm unique when I look around, there's no one like this meat suit. I don't know, the setup, this one is quite unique. And so it's thanks to my family and my background and all of these things that has prepared me through many different difficult times and painful experiences and traumas and stuff, that has blessed me into a greater understanding and a greater sensitivity for these areas, and also a bullshit detector. And I can smell stuff, you know, when people are lying to me, and when they're trying to mess with my head and stuff. So painful, yes, really, really grateful now that I have this censorship. But when I started becoming interested in life, I used to be really, really heavily interested in the historical Wild West, mostly gunslingers and the Apache Nation. And then, yeah, so I'm very proud when I got adopted by them. But anyway, so I used to have, like, in my bookshelves, there were 2 topics. It was spirituality, all kinds of spirituality, boom, New Age, you name it. Therapies, physiotherapies, but connected on a spiritual level, and serial killers, and it was like black and white. It was like this, and I thought, am I some kind of schizophrenic, or what's going on here? Because there was nothing in between, no gray zones. It was this or that. And so, but what I think, when I look back, I think that what I was interested in is this duality, this plus and minus, good, evil. And good, I understand. Evil, never figured that one out. I just so I spent a lot of time trying to figure that, understand, why are people doing that? I don't get it. What this whole thing, power, violence, control, destruction, in my world, like, fuck off, leave us alone. What's going on? What is this obsession with having more and more on the but other people had to pay the price? I don't get it. And then it's just taking me deeper and deeper and deeper into both areas, both the spiritual area, but also this area of not fun stuff at all. So, but I want to say that it's through spirituality that I am able to surf these waves, that I can go into really dark waters and into the belly of the beast and manage to get out again without dying, and then being able to deliver hopefully helpful information to the rest of the tribe.
Yeah, and hopefully it means you're pretty protected as well.
I tell you, I have no idea. I mean, I should not be here. When I look at, we have quite a few friends who have died in strange ways, and are put away here and there and in mental institutions and prisons I have around the world, and I'm still out. I don't know what happened, because some of the people who are no longer with us, they didn't do half of what I have done. But I've been told from people who can see angels and stuff that I have a whole army behind me. So I'm very grateful. And I also, before every interview or presentation or tour or whatever, I have, even though I don't see myself as religious, I have a prayer. And in that prayer, I asked Gurudev. He was an old guru, really fun guy. Gurudev, I ask him, and then I say, all the saints and sages, please gather around, just like in a rugby team, gather, like this. All the angels, please step forward, because apparently you need to ask them to assist, otherwise they're not allowed to. So all the angels, please come on, Michael, Gabriel, you too, gather up, like this, boom, boom. All the deaf waiters, because the deaf waiters are also entities that helps, but they need to see action. They cannot just hear words, so they're called deaf waiters. So I say, okay, bring it on. And then all my ancestors, known and unknown, and I go through the ones, my mother, father, my auntie, this, that, and then people who have died doing what I'm doing, beautiful individuals that are on the other side. And I say, boom, everybody gathered. And I say, thank you so much for always being there for me. And then please help me get my ego out of the way and let me say whatever is needed to exactly who is listening right now. And so to help lift this world to the next level of compassion, understanding, forgiveness, absolute joy and happiness for everyone, including the ones that hurt us. And then I just jump.
That is absolutely great, because we all need spiritual protection, and everyone has a different way of doing it at the moment, but that's a lovely way, I think. I'm going to steal that one.
Go for it.
It's wonderful.
I have no idea. I'm normally, I don't feel comfortable, you know, to dress outrageous or stand out in a crowd. I'm more like this type of person. But when I go on tour, my sister gave me an Indian jacket with it's made in the US and it stands out like this. But I have it like my almost like spiritual uniform. I put that one on, boom, and then I just go for it. And it has helped me because for me it's very uncomfortable to cross borders because this is where often you're picked out of the line. You please come with us, and then you don't come back. I'm a one-man band with my bodyguard, my sweetheart Kim here. She's my bodyguard. She's really good at protecting me in areas where, because I cannot lie, I'm so not good at these type of things, but she is super good at just being sweet and sparkly and distract, and suddenly we managed to get through. I don't know how she does it, but yeah, super grateful.
Have you ever had any attachments or entities?
I think,
or has everything that you've just said, has that just kept the little buggers away?
I mean, I don't see these things, but I think due to what I do, that they are really hitting heavily on me. So from time to time, I'm asking for assistance to cleanse, and also I know that I've done ayahuasca, bufo, other things like that, LSD. Different spiritual ways of lifting, and it's not a good idea for me. I tell you, I've had horrendous experience, and I believe to some extent that it's because it's almost like when I do that, these dark forces say, "Holy, here he is, now let's go get him," and it's just like incoming, boom, and I can't protect me in these situations. So I really try to stay away from these things.
Yeah. I want to ask you about so kind of verging into into the spirituality part, but also into what's happening in the world at the moment. What's your take on the white hats? Do you think that they exist? Do you think that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing? Do you think they're a psyop? You know, you've probably gone down a few rabbit holes on this, but what's your take on all of that?
I mean, wonderful if they exist. I have no idea. Black hats, white hats, red hats. I mean, I don't see any hats at all. I see that we are left on our own. But it's very important not to become a victim, I think, because when you're a victim, the mindset, if your mindset is as a victim, you lose power. It's like driving around with a flat tire. You just oof, 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 like this. So bring it back, bring it back. And then the thing is, in this time, I think we're in incredibly exciting times, super scary and incredibly exciting, because it is, I've been told by Native Indians that this time, we who are here now are the strongest of the strong, who fought our way to come down here and to be part of this whole thing. And then now, at this point, many of us like, oh, it's scary, I don't want to be here. Well, sorry, we bought the ticket. So it's sort of like, we just need to deal with it.
Man up.
And yeah, woman up, man up, whatever, you know, but really so I think if you're waiting for somebody to save you, you are on the wrong track. The one you've been waiting for is you. The one I've been waiting for is me.
100%.
And so this whole thing, white hat here and this and Q and Trump, and I've seen it come and go and come and go, and nothing changes until we changes. So it's like, and also in this world, the worst assholes in your life are the best teachers. So it is only through these super psychos like Bill Gates, and I mean, there's quite a few of them, they're indirectly helping us, because before they arrived, we were too lazy to get off our butt, most of us.
Yeah.
But now
Yeah.
it's starting to, like, thanks to their madness becoming so obvious, now even so-called ordinary people are going like, what? I mean, why am I being censored of posting carrots on Facebook? Isn't that a bit strange? Or collecting rainwater? It takes that. I mean, people talk about censorship now. I've had it for like 30 years, you know, but now it's like, oh, that's what he's talking about.
Yeah.
So
how do you feel that things are going to play out over the next few years? Do you think that it's just going to be more of the same, or do you think, I mean, how do you, are you seeing that lots more people are waking up? Because I see a little bit, but not enough. I mean, because I think we really have to, everyone has to wake the fuck up before things really have to change. So how do you view, I mean, just based upon, you know, what people have told you and your experience and your gut feeling, because you've had your flesh in the game for a long time. How do you feel that how do you feel that things are going to play out over, let's say, until 2030?
I have no idea.
Let's just say until the end of the year.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I have no idea. But I feel good. The way
I knew that you would.
So I have absolutely no idea. I have heard 1,000 times that this is the end of times, this is the end of the world, this is the end of, and here we go again. So sorry. So it's gonna be over with, and everything is gonna melt down, and this is now we're gonna be okay. So tell me something new, please. You go back to the book of Revelations, it's right there. It's been going on forever. This is a new updated version, 40.0, new upgrade, the digital horror show, but it's back to basic. It's all the time, stay in love or stay in fear. Be free or being controlled. Do good, do bad, plus and minus, up and down. What we're living in, I don't even know what we're living in. Is this a virtual reality? Is it the Truman Show? Is it the Matrix? Is it real? Is it not real? Are you real? Am I real? I don't even know that. I don't even understand life. I don't even understand what a butterfly thinks about, or a cat. I mean, so you talk about the 2030. I mean, my God, it's forever and ever and ever and ever. So, and now the time is just speeding up. So it's like, for me, I can only say it's like a process of death. We're dying and we're being reborn at the same time. So there's this, one part is dying, and there's so much suffering and sadness and despair, and I mean, it's awful. And at the same time, there's this walk coming up, this life and power. And so it's for us to choose. And I also think that everything that has not been healed is coming up to the surface. It's like, whatever you have not dealt with in your life, it's coming up. I tell you that one. And you think like, oh, I dealt with that smack in your face. What was that? I sorted it. No, you did not. There's still some crap in the corner. But the beautiful thing in my world, because like you say, I've been down this for decades and decades, and I've been digging into some of the major mysteries in the world, and like put in so much effort of my life into solving these things. And now it's like, it's right under the surface now. It's like these secrets, it almost feels like the energy cannot hold the secrets anymore, so they're breaking through the surface.
Hi everyone, and thanks for watching. As we get into some really interesting subjects and we want to keep our YouTube channel, we decided to cut this video here, and we've put the whole video on Rumble. So please follow the Rumble link below, and we'll see you over there. Thanks a lot.